Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. Imagine a bustling factory in the late 1970s. Workers in blue overalls, machines humming, products rolling off assembly lines. This was the golden age of American manufacturing. Fast forward a few decades, and the scene looks quite different. Many factories are silent, machines are still, and those blue overalls are harder to find. But why did this happen? And more importantly, are factories making a comeback? In 1979, the US was a powerhouse of manufacturing. Picture this, out of every 100 Americans you knew, 19 were working in factories. That's almost 1 in 5 people. They were producing cars, electronics, clothes, and so much more. The factory was the heartbeat of many American towns. But by November 2021, things had changed dramatically. Out of those same 100 Americans, only 12 were now working in factories. What happened to the other 7? They moved on to different jobs, many outside the manufacturing sector. In fact, while factory jobs decreased, other jobs, like those in offices, shops, or tech companies, grew by 65%. So, while John and Jane were no longer working at the factory, they might have found jobs at a tech startup or a retail store. The golden age of American manufacturing. The factory towns of yesteryears. In the late 1970s, the American landscape was dotted with factory towns. These were places where the local economy, culture, and community revolved around the factory at its heart. Imagine a town where the morning whistle signaled the start of a workday, and the evening whistle marked its end. Children grew up dreaming of working in the same factory as their parents and grandparents. The factory wasn't just a place of work, it was a symbol of pride, community, and economic prosperity. The products that shaped a nation. During this period, American factories were producing a vast array of goods. From the cars that roamed the highways to the radios that played the latest hits, from the clothes people wore to the toys children played with, all were often stamped with the label "Made in the USA." This wasn't just a mark of origin, it was a badge of quality. American-made products were known worldwide for their durability, innovation, and design. The workers behind the machines. The workers were the backbone of this manufacturing might. They were skilled artisans, dedicated laborers, and innovative engineers. They took raw materials and turned them into products that were shipped worldwide. Their hands crafted stories, their sweat wrote chapters, and their dedication built an era. They were unionized, fought for their rights, and celebrated their victories. The factory floor was a melting pot of cultures, backgrounds, and stories, all united by a common purpose. The economic impact. The economic impact of this manufacturing boom was profound. Factories provided stable jobs, good wages, and benefits. This, in turn, led to increased consumer spending, boosting other sectors of the economy. Towns thrived, businesses prospered, and the American middle class grew. The economic ripples of the manufacturing sector were felt far and wide, from the diners where factory workers grabbed their morning coffee to the schools that educated their children. The decline of American factories. A changing global landscape. As the 20th century progressed, the world began to change rapidly. With the advent of globalization, the boundaries that once defined economies started to blur. Companies were no longer restricted to producing goods in their home countries. They could now scout the globe for places where production was cheaper, faster, and more efficient. This shift was like a double-edged sword. On one side, it led to a boom in international trade and global economic growth. On the other, it meant that traditional manufacturing hubs, like many in the US, faced stiff competition. The lure of offshoring. Imagine you're running a toy company. If you could produce a toy for $10 in the US but only $5 in another country, where would you choose to manufacture? For many businesses, the answer was clear: move production to where it's cheaper. This phenomenon, known as offshoring, became a dominant trend. Countries with lower labor costs, fewer regulations, and efficient production capabilities became the new manufacturing hubs. Iconic American industries, like textiles and furniture, began to move their operations offshore. The role of technology. But it wasn't just about cheaper labor. As technology advanced, machines began to take over tasks that were once done by humans. Automated assembly lines, robotics, and computerized systems meant factories could produce more with fewer workers. While this led to increased efficiency and output, it also meant that many traditional manufacturing jobs became obsolete. Consumer choices and preferences. With globalization came a flood of products from all corners of the world. American consumers now had access to a vast array of choices. Imported goods, often cheaper and sometimes of comparable or even superior quality, filled the market. The allure of diverse products and competitive prices meant that many American-made products faced tough competition on their home turf. The resurgence of American factories. A new dawn for manufacturing. As the 21st century unfolded, a subtle shift began to take place. While the previous decades saw a decline in American manufacturing, the tide started to turn. There was a growing realization among policymakers, industry leaders, and the general public that a strong manufacturing base was crucial for the nation's economic health, national security, and global competitiveness. Government's role in the revival. Recognizing the strategic importance of manufacturing, the U.S. government began to take proactive steps to rejuvenate the sector. This wasn't just about bringing back old jobs, it was about fostering innovation, promoting advanced manufacturing, and ensuring that the U.S. remained at the forefront of global production. Industrial policies. The government started crafting policies aimed at stimulating specific sectors of the economy. These weren't just blanket incentives, they were targeted measures designed to boost industries that were deemed strategically important. Legislative support. Bills like the CHIPS and Science Act and the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill were passed, channeling significant funds and resources towards manufacturing. The goal was clear: make America a manufacturing powerhouse once again. Focus on future-ready industries. The resurgence wasn't about recreating the past, it was about building the future. Two sectors, in particular, received significant attention. Electric vehicles, EVs. With the global shift towards sustainable transportation, EVs represent the future of mobility. The U.S. government provided incentives to companies to set up EV manufacturing units domestically. Semiconductors. In today's digital age, semiconductors are the building blocks of technology. Recognizing their importance, efforts were made to boost domestic production. Challenges on the horizon. While the intent was clear and the direction set, the path to resurgence wasn't without challenges. A significant hurdle was the labor shortage. The manufacturing jobs of today required specialized skills, and there was a gap between industry needs and workforce capabilities. Training programs, educational initiatives, and partnerships with institutions were seen as potential solutions. Historical precedents and the power of strategic investments. Learning from the past. History often serves as a compass, guiding nations through the complexities of economic and strategic decisions. The U.S. is no stranger to leveraging its past to shape its future, especially when it comes to industrial policies. Alexander Hamilton's vision. One of the earliest proponents of industrial policies in the U.S. was Alexander Hamilton, the country's first Secretary of the Treasury. In his famous report on manufactures, Hamilton advocated for protective tariffs and subsidies to promote domestic industries. He believed that a strong manufacturing base was essential for the nation's economic independence and security. His vision laid the groundwork for America's industrial ascent in the 19th century. The power of strategic investments. Throughout history, the U.S. government has made strategic investments in sectors deemed vital for national interest. Railroads. In the 19th century, the government provided land grants and subsidies to railroad companies, recognizing their importance in connecting the vast American landscape and boosting commerce. Space exploration. The space race of the 20th century saw significant government investment, leading to monumental achievements like the moon landing. This investment also spurred advancements in technology and engineering. mRNA vaccines. More recently, strategic investments in biomedical research led to the rapid development of mRNA vaccines, a crucial tool in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Balancing act. Government intervention versus free market. While strategic investments have often reaped dividends, they also spark debates about the role of government in a market-driven economy. Critics argue that excessive government intervention can distort markets and stifle innovation. Proponents, on the other hand, believe that in certain sectors, especially those with long-term implications for national security and economic health, government support is indispensable. Contemporary challenges and the road ahead. The modern manufacturing landscape. While the resurgence of American factories brings hope and optimism, it's not without its set of challenges. The manufacturing sector of today is vastly different from that of the 1970s. It's more technologically advanced, requires a different skill set, and operates in a globalized market with its own set of dynamics. The labor conundrum. One of the most pressing challenges is the labor shortage. As manufacturing has evolved, so have the skills required. Shift in skill requirements. Modern factories are high-tech hubs. They require workers who are adept at handling sophisticated machinery, understand computer programming, and can work with advanced materials. This is a shift from the more manual labor-intensive jobs of the past. Aging workforce. Many of those who worked in factories in the 1970s and 1980s are now retiring, leading to a gap in experience and skills. Perception issues. Manufacturing jobs, unfortunately, have been perceived as dirty or low-tech by younger generations, making it a less attractive career option for many. Technological advancements and their double-edged sword. Technology has been a boon for manufacturing, increasing efficiency, precision, and output. However, it also presents challenges. Job displacement. Automation and robotics, while increasing productivity, can displace human jobs. The challenge is to ensure that workers displaced by machines are retrained and reintegrated into the workforce. Cybersecurity concerns. As factories become more connected, they are also more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Ensuring the security of data and operations is paramount. Global market dynamics. In a globalized world, American manufacturers don't just compete locally, they compete globally. This brings its own set of challenges. Trade wars and tariffs. International trade disputes can impact the cost of raw materials and the export potential of finished goods. Supply chain disruptions. Events like the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities in global supply chains. Ensuring a resilient supply chain is crucial for modern manufacturing. Navigating the future, solutions and innovations. Embracing the new era of manufacturing. The challenges facing the U.S. manufacturing sector, while significant, are not insurmountable. With the right strategies, innovations, and collaborations, the future can be shaped in a way that not only addresses these challenges but also harnesses new opportunities. Investing in education and training. One of the primary solutions to the labor conundrum is investing in education and training. Vocational training. Establishing vocational training centers that focus on the skills required for modern manufacturing can help bridge the skill gap. These centers can offer courses in robotics, computer programming, and advanced materials handling. Partnerships with educational institutions. Collaborating with colleges and universities to develop curricula that align with industry needs can ensure a steady flow of skilled graduates. On-the-job training. Manufacturers can offer on-the-job training programs, ensuring that employees continuously upgrade their skills. Leveraging technology for good. While technology poses challenges, it's also part of the solution. Adaptive automation. Instead of replacing human jobs, automation can be used to assist workers, making their jobs easier and more efficient. Digital twins. Using digital replicas of physical systems can help in optimizing manufacturing processes, predicting equipment failures, and reducing downtime. Augmented reality. AR can be used for training purposes, guiding workers through complex tasks, and ensuring quality control. Building resilient supply chains. To address global market dynamics. Diversification. Instead of relying on a single source for raw materials or components, manufacturers can diversify their supply base, reducing vulnerabilities. Local sourcing. Where possible, sourcing materials and components locally can reduce dependencies on international suppliers. Digital supply chain management. Using advanced analytics and real-time data can help in predicting supply chain disruptions and making informed decisions. The broader implications: economy, society, and global standing. A ripple effect on the economy. The resurgence of American manufacturing doesn't just impact the sector itself, it has a ripple effect across the entire economy. Job creation. A thriving manufacturing sector can lead to the creation of millions of jobs, not just in factories but also in related sectors like logistics, sales, and research. Boost to local economies. When factories thrive, so do the towns and cities they're located in. Local businesses, from diners to retail stores, benefit from the increased economic activity. Innovation and research. A strong manufacturing base often leads to increased investment in research and development, ensuring that the U.S. remains at the cutting edge of innovation. Strengthening the social fabric. Manufacturing has historically played a role in shaping the social fabric of the U.S. Community building. Factories often lead to the growth of tight-knit communities where generations of families live, work, and grow together. Skill development. As discussed in previous chapters, the modern manufacturing sector offers opportunities for skill development and continuous learning. Pathway to the middle class. For many, manufacturing jobs offer a pathway to the middle class, providing stable incomes, benefits, and opportunities for upward mobility. America's global standing. A robust manufacturing sector also impacts how America is perceived on the global stage. Trade balance. By producing more domestically, the U.S. can reduce its trade deficits, leading to a more favorable balance of trade. Geopolitical influence. Being a global manufacturing hub gives the U.S. leverage in geopolitical negotiations and discussions. Setting global standards. Leading in sectors like electric vehicles and semiconductors allows the U.S. to set global standards, ensuring that American norms and values shape the future of these industries. Reflections and the horizon ahead. The journey of American manufacturing. From its zenith in the late 20th century to the challenges of globalization and technological disruption, the journey of American manufacturing has been a roller coaster. But as history has shown, with every downturn, there's an opportunity for resurgence. Learning from the past. The decline of the manufacturing sector in the latter part of the 20th century offers valuable lessons. It underscores the importance of adaptability, foresight, and the need to continuously evolve in the face of changing global dynamics. The promise of the future. With the concerted efforts of the government, industry leaders, and the workforce, the future of American manufacturing looks promising. Innovation-driven growth. The focus is no longer on quantity but on quality and innovation. With advancements in technology, the U.S. has the opportunity to lead in sectors like electric vehicles, semiconductors, and green technologies. Sustainable manufacturing. The global emphasis on sustainability offers American manufacturers a chance to lead in eco-friendly production processes, setting standards for the rest of the world. Global collaboration. While competition is inevitable, the future also lies in collaboration. Partnering with global players can lead to shared growth and mutual benefits. The road ahead. The journey ahead is filled with opportunities and challenges. But with a clear vision, strategic investments, and a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation, American manufacturing can not only reclaim its past glory but also chart a path towards a prosperous future. The heartbeat of America. American manufacturing, more than just factories. As we've journeyed through the past, present, and potential future of American manufacturing, one thing becomes clear: manufacturing is more than just factories and assembly lines. It's the heartbeat of the nation, a reflection of its spirit of innovation, resilience, and adaptability. The human element. Behind every machine, every product, and every statistic, there's a human story. Generations of workers, families who've dedicated their lives to the craft, passing down skills and traditions. Communities built around factories, towns that have grown, thrived, faced challenges, and adapted alongside the factories they host. Innovators and visionaries, individuals who've pushed boundaries, introduced groundbreaking technologies, and charted new paths. A shared vision for the future. The future of American manufacturing is a shared vision. It's a vision of sustainable growth, embracing green technologies and sustainable practices to ensure that growth today doesn't come at the expense of tomorrow. Collaboration, working together industry, government, academia, and communities to face challenges and seize opportunities. Continued innovation, never resting on laurels, always looking ahead, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The story of American manufacturing is a testament to the nation's spirit. It's a story of highs and lows, challenges and triumphs. But most importantly, it's a story that's still being written. With the right strategies, investments, and collective will, the next chapters promise to be ones of resurgence, innovation, and shared prosperity.